1, 2, 3. We want to welcome everybody to Mom and Dad Talks. Our favorite two people are Mom and Dad, and we have Hantie. Yeah, everybody today. We're going to talk about an interesting subject. This is Mom and Dad Talks. We're all doing this, and it's called aging. And,
That's right.
you guys are much older than me, so let's start with you all first about aging. What can you tell people about how to, what should you do to age well, or what do just tell the audience your thoughts of how you should carry or what you should do.
Well, the young man today that waited on me that thought I was 30 years younger than I am, I told him what I do, what I practice.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I have to be consistent with what I say and give you the information that I'm giving you.
Mm-hmm.
I said, diet is important, rest is important, and exercise.
Ooh.
And most of us do not like that exercise.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I am the first thing that I do in the morning before I get my day started, because if I don't get my feet hitting the floor to start my day and get my walk in right off the bat, it's going to be hard for me to get it in sometime during the day. So I will say that getting that exercise by walking, and that's a mile that I walk 5 to 6 days a week, and it takes me like 27, 28 minutes to walk it. And that's my take on aging, slowing down the aging process.
Who's next?
Well, I walk 2 miles a day in the house. And I have an Apple Watch, and I recommend them highly because they will tell you how many miles you walk, and it will alert you as to, you've been sitting too long, you need to stand, and it's good. And also, a lot of the time is your attitude. Many people have attitudes that are, how do you say, negative. Always have a positive outlook on things.
Yeah.
That's a big plus. When you start saying, "Oh, me," the pity parties, that will age you quicker than anything else.
Great point there. Well, Hantie, you're up next.
I'm up next. I don't have a whole lot to say on this. Because
you got them young boys hitting on you at work. And you just give them the cold shoulder, Hantie.
Probably the only thing that I do consistently is go to work. But I mean, if you want to use that as exercise, that's coming to an end. I'm trying to get to the finish line.
Well, Suela's grandmother, and she lived to be 93 years old, and it wasn't in a nursing home. She was well in her mind, and she said some great advice I want to share with everybody. She says, "Keep working." She says, because all my friends are either in Depends or dead. So she worked all the way up until 90 years old, and 3 years later, she passed. God rest her soul there. But
was she at home?
Yeah, she was at home when she did it.
So she retired. Oh, was it a family business? What did she do?
She was a family cleaning business. And I remember talking to her the night before she died. That night she died. She called me and says, "We're going to go eat." And I was like, well, Suela changed the time. And it's the last time I heard Grandma's voice.
Oh.
She passed. And, those kind of things, and Grandma, she treated her brother well, you know what I'm saying? And, since we're talking about aging, older women tend to do better things than the younger generation. And we'll probably have another Mom and Dad Talks on that. Hopefully I'll stay married. But Grandma used to have whatever food I had, it was ready when I walked in the door. And she was working during this time frame. When I woke up in the morning, my breakfast was already out on the table. I mean, man, Grandma.
Would you say that again?
Dad, we don't want to have a problem tonight.
Oh, okay.
There's not going to be any problem.
Yeah.
Because if you don't start anything, you don't have to finish it.
So
some clarification, that's all.
yeah. So
Grandma started something, but she finished it.
yeah.
Don't expect anything, then you won't be disappointed.
That's right. There you go.
But it's real interesting. It's just how you got to stay active,
Right.
and and you got to keep that mind going. Just every day, think. Try to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I remember your friend, God rest her soul. What's her name? Whatever. But after she retired, she didn't live not longer than a year.
Oh, Betty Marsh.
Betty Marsh.
Yeah, Betty Marsh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sleep all day long. Whatever she's going to do, and her body she stroked out.
Collapsed on her.
Yeah, and so folks, please eat right and stay active.
And get out of the house.
Yeah, get out of the house.
That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
So, Mrs. PA, when you retire, do you have a schedule that you're going to follow when you retire to stay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to come down and walk with Dad. Keep everybody healthy so we can see you guys healthy in your right mind for a long period of time. Because a lot of people, they just want to sit and watch TV or sit around and your mind gets dull and you start drooling on yourself and you start other stuff on yourself too. So hopefully,
stay away from those depends.
Yes, stay away from those depends, folks. But and any last comments for our audience here that of what they should do, about aging, because there is medication, unfortunately, but got to take that, or if you want to eat right, got to decrease that. But any other thoughts before we close?
I say that daily prayer with taking time out and having prayer before you start your day is a good way to get your body in line with what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend starting your day out with prayer, or don't leave your home before you have your prayer.
Yeah.
Prayer time. Mm-hmm.
Great point. I think, we can end on that, folks. Prayer handles everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, yes, you're going to go through some health crisis and stuff like that, but stay around positive people.
Mm-hmm.
Be a positive person.
That is it exactly.
Help out somebody. Give, those who are willing to have advice, share it.
Mm-hmm.
At this point of your life, whatever, make the world a better place than where you left it. That's what I always try to do. I always try to give back and say, hey, you know what? This is what I found. Hopefully you can use it, moves your life. And I've helped a lot of young people. They've been highly successful and older ones too. But the whole point is, you know what? Keeping it to yourself, what does that do? Makes people stress you out. So anyway,
stay away from critical people.
Oh yeah.
When people criticize you, that will draw you down.
Yeah. And
stay away from critical people.
And so, you're right, Dad. So we're going to end on this thought that I live by. And I think Eleanor Roosevelt penned it kind of, sort of, whatever. But it says this: great minds talk about ideas. Average minds talk about places and events. And small minds talk about people.
Other people.
Very good.
So hopefully, great minds keep them ideas going. All right. So next time, we'll see you on Mom and Dad Talks, everyone. Bye.
All right.